Alright, Mill Pine out here shooting the Matrix Bulldog, and what I'm going to do, I got the Pro Chrono Digital chronograph there, and I got the Bluetooth adapter so that I can plug it into the chrono and it'll transmit it to my phone or transmit it to a tablet. Well, I got it transmitting to my 18-inch tablet there. Back up so you'll be able to see the feet per second. And I'm just shooting 25 yards, but that's not the important part of it. The feet per second is what I'm looking at. I'm shooting three 20-inch carbon luminant bolts at 270 grains. Okay, they're 270 grains, and I'll be shooting a 150 grain, a 125 grain, and a 100 grain. And I'm also shooting three 18-inch Diablo fire bolts, and same thing, 150, 125, and 100 grain. And I'll shoot a 20, then an 18, a 20, then an 18, back and forth, and we'll see the feet per second on them here. Okay. I think you should be able to see the tablet with no problem. Here we go. Okay, this is a 2-inch brace height. So I've got a 2-inch brace height on here, and it's a ½ an inch off the pads. So I'm shooting exactly a ½ an inch off the pad at a 2-inch brace height. Okay, this 150 grains puts it at 420 grains. Okay, that's 355. Okay, now we'll shoot the 18-inch. And that bolt is 250 grains. So doing the 150 on there, you're looking at 400 exactly. Okay, here goes the first shot with the 18-inch Diablo. 150 grain on there, 400 total. Okay, that was 368 feet per second. Okay. Now we'll go back to a 20-inch carbon luminant. I'm liking this chrono. I used it with my blowgun and did one video. And I tried to do this video 2 times and I waited too late. I didn't have enough light for it to be able to pick up good. So this time I'm getting it done a little earlier. Okay, here goes the 20-inch carbon luminant. 125 grain field tip, so you're looking at 395 grains total. $361. Okay, 361 feet per second like that. Now we're going to do the Diablo, 18-inch at 125. That's going to make it 375 grain. Okay, 18-inch Diablo, 375 grain. .377 feet per second. Okay, now we'll go back to the 20-inch carbon luminite. And doing 100 grain on there, you're looking at 370 grains total with a 100 grain field tip. Okay, 20-inch, 370 grains. Three hundred and sixty feet per second. Okay, the 360 feet per second, 370 grains on it, 20-inch, can't be right. So what I'm going to do, because it flashed to 377, or from 377 to 360, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot the 100 grain that I had on the 18-inch. I'll put it on the 20-inch luminite here. And we'll try that one more time. Because it should have definitely been shooting faster than 360, because the last one shot at 361. Okay. So this is the 20-inch carbon luminite with 100 grain on it. Putting it at 370 grains total. $369. Okay, so 369. I knew that first one didn't seem right. Okay, give me a sec. I'll run down here and grab a 100 grain. Okay, I just grabbed that 100 grain off that 20-inch I just shot. We'll put it on the 18-inch Diablo and see what we get. I'm not sure if I shot off to one side or the other on that one, but I knew something wasn't right. That's why I shot it a second time. Okay, so this is going to be the 18-inch with 100 grain on it. So you're looking at 350 grain total. Okay, 18-inch, 350 grains. Here we go. $387. Okay, so 387 feet per second. Okay, so what we're looking at with the 20-inch, we had 420 grains at 355 feet per second. And somebody had asked me, which is why I bought the chronograph, somebody asked me, they said, what would the Matrix Bulldog shoot 425 grains at? And it's like, I was guessing because I didn't have a chrono, really wasn't sure. Never chronoed any of the crossbows. And I told them probably 380, 390, somewhere in there. Well, I was definitely wrong because it shot 355 feet per second with a 420 grain. So you figure it's going to shoot a little bit slower than that, maybe 350, you know, with the 425 grain. Okay, so that answers that. 395 grain with the 20-inch was 361 feet per second, and 370 grain with the 20 inch was 360, and then 369 feet per second. And since 395 grain shot it at 361 feet per second, then you know, dropping down 25 grains or going to that 370 grains, it was going to shoot faster than just 360, because that was actually slower. That's why I shot it again, and that brought it up to 369. So I must not have shot over the right part of the chrono. Okay, so you're looking at 355 feet, 361, and 369 with the 20 inch. Okay, with the 18 inch, you're looking with the 400 grain, it was 368 feet per second. With the 375 grain, it was 377 feet per second. And with the 350 grain, the Matrix Bulldog shot 387 feet per second. 387 actual feet per second with a 350 grain bolt. Okay, that's trucking. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, the Matrix Bulldog 400 to 400 feet per second, my 380 shoots 380, so what's the difference in the price, or what's the difference in the crossbow, this and that? Well, I can guarantee you, this is your actual speeds that you're getting right here. I mean, yours might vary 1 or 2 feet per second, one way or another, but it depends on your brace height. Adjusting your brace height. If your brace height is lower than 2 inches, then you would be shooting slower. If your brace height is increased from 2 inches, another 1/4 of an inch, you know, or less, 1/8 of an inch or whatever, it's going to increase your feet per second. Okay, so it depends on your brace height, how you have that adjusted and everything, whether your string is old or new or whatever. And if what I would say to people to say, well, the 405 should be shooting 405 feet per second, the 400 should shoot 400, the 380 should shoot 380. Well, when you're talking about, they was testing it with a 350 grain bolt, and I shot 387 feet per second, and under controlled environment in their test, they did 400 feet per second. Okay, I'm not going to whine about 13 feet per second. Okay, 13 feet per second. If it's trucking at 387 when I tested in my environment, you know, as much as I shoot and everything like that, if it shoots 387, I'm perfectly happy with it, because that tells me if it's going to shoot 387 for me, then I will test my Matrix 380 also. Just to let you know, I will run that test also, just like I did this one. But with the Matrix 380, chances are I'm not going to be shooting 380 feet per second. But if I'm shooting 370, if I'm shooting 365, at least I know I'm getting the most power, the most speed that I can possibly get out of that recurve. Okay, so that tells me if I had a 175 pound pull Axiom shooting 305 feet per second, you know, I want to get the most speed, the most power that I can in my crossbows like that. So, you know, if it's tested at 400 feet per second at the factory in a controlled environment, I get it and it's shooting 13 feet per second slower, I'm not going to whine or cry about that, you know, or be disappointed in it, because at least I know for my money and for the top of the line crossbow like that with low maintenance and everything and totally dependable in accuracy and speed and everything like that, if I'm just losing 13 feet per second, I'm perfectly happy with it, because I know I'm getting the most bang for my buck. That tells me under these test environments, doing it like this, any other crossbow that you test, chances are 9 times out of 10, you know, you're not going to get the exact speed that they tested it with in a controlled environment. I see that with compound bows tested for feet per second all the time, and I've seen it with other crossbows. You know, you will get the one that'll put it in there and it'll show up, and then that's the end of the 20-second video or 30-second video or whatever. Okay, but doing multiple shots, multiple bolts, multiple weights. Okay, these are your speeds, and I'm not disappointed in any of them. 368 feet per second with the 18 inch to 387 feet per second. Okay, and then with the 20 inch, 355 feet per second to 369 feet per second. Okay, that is trucking. Okay, so I don't have a problem with that at all. But this is a fair test, and hope you get something out of it. Trying to make sure I'm right over the top of it. Okay, I got 395 feet per second at that time.